looked at yet. So let's see a few more and then we'll turn over the cards. Okay, so what is coming through very, very early on in the month, and this can even be like residual energy coming through from the way that you can make money or in the way that you want to proceed with the rest of your life, is what I'm getting here. Going back to what I mentioned in the previous few readings that I've done for Scorpios as well, Saturn is the Saturn transit is finally leaving your sign by the end of this month, and it is going to, leave your sign for good, okay? So that whole Saturn retrograde period is finally over, and you can breathe a sigh of relief. But with it, it is going to bring financial abundance. It is going to bring about new insights into existing problems, or new insights into as to how you can proceed ahead and put your plans into action, or put your ideas into like a plan and put your plan into action into the real world, okay? So what I'm getting here is there is a swift victory associated with this. A lot of you have been have been like have felt under attack, like under scrutiny, because like when a Saturn transit happens, you tend to feel like you're on the under the spotlight, and you always have to like defend your beliefs, and you always have to you feel as if other people, it just takes that much more effort to get things going, okay? So this is a month in which all of that is dissipating, that heavy burden energy is dissipating, and you're going towards a period of completion, all right? So, we have the Ace of Pentacles, which is a very, very good card. So needless to say, that situation is coming through as well. I do feel that all of this is like Saturn, now that it's out of your sign, is leaving you little trinkets. So you have divine intervention here that's used to help you. You have like divine guidance as to how they can shape your mental processes, how they can people are helping you refine the way you communicate to be an effective communicator, first of all. You are also coming into a period in which you are less secretive. You're a little more open. You're a little more open-minded, open-hearted in the way that, you want to incorporate other people into your life, for example. So I do feel that, in the past too, you've had to scrap away unhealthy relationships. You have to do away with like unhealthy codependent type of relationships with friends, with family members, with lovers, and now you're emerging into like a clean slate type of energy. You're being helped along the way, but still there's a lot of work that needs to be done in order to move forward with the rest of your life. And what I'm getting here is like having a very, very good idea that was like magically planted in your head, and you're just like, that is a very good income generating, opportunity. So you're going to go ahead with it. It requires a little bit of an investment, and I do feel that for most of you, I would advise you to go alone in this investment opportunity, this new venture, this new income to other people to be a partner to you, and that can be problematic, okay? So, yeah, let's just see what the other cards are signifying. Yeah, so try to go it alone. I would say try to go it alone. So one of the main thing that I am getting here is this. In the middle of the spread, we do have the Ace of Pentacles, and this is a very good gift. I'm almost getting like it's a divine gift from the universe because of the Emperor's presence here. Okay, you have the Ace of Swords, you have the Ace of Pentacles. These are like they're not made by man. They're like given to you from an external, almost like a cosmic force. Okay. So you have a very good idea here that can generate a lot of money for you in the future. And at this point, I do feel that there are two pages involved in this situation. And the Page of Pentacles, it could be potentially an earth sign, a Taurus, a Capricorn, and a Virgo. So there is going to be like what I'm getting is a younger person that is an earth sign, younger than you, who is just like, okay, well, I have all these financial backers, so let's let's partner up to do this, to launch this project because I have all these financial backers. Um, don't take them at face value because you're going to end up in a dark place if you trust this investor, okay? So if they're saying that they have somebody else that is going to be in on it, that's another person that you have to take into account. Okay, so it's like it starts out with you, and then they kind of like piggyback off your idea, and they're just getting in there, and they're like, okay, I'm going to invest. My family is also going to invest. My relative or whoever, another person that is possibly your age or older, wants to invest as well, and you're like, okay, that's great. That's a lot of people. This is going to get off the ground. I want you to be a little bit careful about that, okay? So if you're with somebody who's just like, okay, they're not really using their money, they're investing with somebody else's money, that's going to be problematic because, when it's not directly your money and you make investment, you're not as cautious, you don't do the research, and you don't even have to like shoulder the responsibility. So that's a risky situation. Know who it is that you're investing in, okay? At the same time, there is an air sign. We might have like a Gemini, an Aquarius, or a Libra. This is somebody that actually, it's an air sign energy in the upright position. This is somebody that who knows what he or she is talking about. Even though it's a page energy, I do feel that this is somebody that is potentially younger than you, but they have done the research and they know what they're doing, okay? So the advice here, and I'm getting a very strong advice, if it is a threesome type of investment situation, is not going to work, and you're going to end in the poorhouse, okay? You're going to end up in the poorhouse, you and your partner and the other investor. So that's something to be very, very aware of for this month. Don't be blindsided by people, okay? And I can't emphasize this enough. Scorpios have very strong intuition. I feel like I'm saying this every month. So Scorpios have very, very keen, strong intuition. And, you need it for a reason, I feel, because you do tend to give people the benefit of the doubt when it comes to like investment opportunities, because ultimately when you have a really good idea, you want those around you to also benefit from the windfall as well. So you open the gate up for other people to come in with their investments, but some of them don't really follow through. Okay, so you're going to end like up in a bad place. Or they might come in with their own ideas of what works, but they're pretty self-interested. So I want you to be careful of people who have been self-interested in the past that you're thinking about working with. So honestly, like it just feels silly to me saying this, but if it's like that in the past, it's not going to change now. When money is involved, people show their true colors, okay? So just please be careful about this situation if that's something that you're dabbling in. And additionally, I just want to emphasize that if there is a new project, if there's something that you're trying to undertake or you're trying to get off the ground and there is an air sign associated with it, it is going to have a very, very good outcome, because what I'm getting here is the air sign is willing to work hard at this situation, and they're trying to tell you that, air signs are very, very versatile. When they are intellectually stimulated, if the project or whatever it is sounds intriguing, they are going to do the majority of the legwork for you, because, they want to be intellectually stimulated. They like to learn, and they like to do the legwork, the research, the background work required to get the project off the ground, okay? So the warning here is that this is a very good person for you to enter into any type of a partnership with in general. I do feel even if it's like a romantic partnership and you're deciding between an earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo versus an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. Go with the air sign, any type of an endeavor, because this person will help you. And more than anything, one of the main caution I'm getting here is avoid threesome types of relationships. So for Scorpios, for those of you who are in situations in which, you are dating two people, you are seeing two people, I do feel that this might very quickly blow up in your face. So just be very careful about how it's going to play out, because somebody's going to leave you. Okay, possibly both, but I do feel that the air sign is going to leave you. The air sign is going to be leaving you, because we are ending on a Pentacles card, which is, being cast out, but also it's a Pentacles card, which is indicative of the Earth sign still being around, but the air sign is nowhere to be found, okay? Because air signs are very like on the positive, I guess, spectrum of an air sign. Air signs are just very, very honest. They are truth seekers, and they don't really have time for BS. So if they can sniff it out, so they will be gone from this entire picture if you're not careful. Okay, so for those of you who are juggling like multiple people, and amongst them is an air sign, just if that's somebody that you want to be with, um, make that clear to them, okay? And then leave all the other people behind, because unless you have like agreement to see other people, then that's fine. But I do feel that betrayals in this situation, betrayals are not going to serve you well with this air sign, okay? Additionally, for those of you who are in relationships who have financial entanglements with an earth sign, I want you to be very careful too, because I'm sensing here that they might be seeing another person. Okay, so that's something that I'm sensing. So your earth sign that you're seeing, that you're kind of like in a monogamous relationship with, or somebody that you're just like, okay, this person has got my back, because they've always been truthful. I do feel there's an element of surprise coming in the second week or the last few days of the month that is going to like you're going to feel very taken back by, okay? So be very careful with earth signs this month, and know where you stand with them. If they're not like trustworthy, just there's no need to have them in your life to begin with, okay? And I'm getting this message more for like let's see, I'm getting this message more for like Scorpio males in general, but I do feel that Scorpio males, for some reason, you might have like an unsteady type of relationship with an earth sign, but then for some reason that earth sign is always going to be around. They're just like, no matter what, they're still there, which is not, it's an unhealthy codependent type of relationship. They're in the reverse position, so I do feel that they need something from you. So that's why they're always there. But when it comes down to, when you're down on your luck, they're going to be like quickly, they're going to outpace you, and they're going to walk out of your life. So that's something you want to be careful about, okay? So this whole cluster here is interesting. This whole cluster here is all Pentacles related. And relatively, they're all pretty like grim cards. You have two court cards in the reverse position, and then you have the Five of Pentacles, which is, bankruptcy. This is financial bankruptcy, but in a different light. It can be like poverty. Poverty of the soul, poverty of the mind, not knowing when to let go, and kind of like following somebody down a wrong path. Okay? So just please be very, very careful about this. And one of the things that I'm sensing you're not aware of here is there's this element of you're getting more like you're it's sort of like not knowing what you bargained for, okay? So this person is coming on the heels of this person. So they're in alliances with one another, and they're both in the reverse position. So it's kind of like what you see is not what you get. There's more to the story that you're not aware of, which indicates to me there can be a situation in which, three people are involved in a relationship, okay? In which people are self-interested, and you're not aware of the third party, like possibly like a Mr. or a Mrs. involved in this relationship that you're not aware of. So it can be for Scorpio men and women in general. If you are a Scorpio female involved with an earth sign, I just want you to be careful. If you are involved with an air sign, I do feel that this person is going to like look out for you. So what I'm getting here is there's a sense of like mutual rapport, okay? They see that you are struggling, and they're trying their best to come over and help you, okay? So I do feel that this is the one that is going to be there for you through thick and thin, and that's the one that you can rely on, okay? And if it's like a project and you're thinking about, maybe forming a partnership, I would say at this point in your life, try to do it yourself. If you are like really inundated, if you're like really overwhelmed, the air sign is going to be the one to offer his or her services. is going to offer that partnership, and this is the one you want to go with, okay? Just because the other court cards are not looking too hot at this moment. So one other thing I am seeing, another thing is that I mentioned that, during this the Saturn transit period, you're going to know who your friends are. You're going to know how people perceive you, where you stand with other people. So if you are still clinging on to past people who have not been completely honest, who are not straightforward, who have like in general, who have just used and abused you, that has to end, okay? Because Saturn transits does bring about a lot of revelation. You're going to know what people are all about and see people's true colors and true intentions. So it's kind of silly to like cling on to people despite knowing all these facts about them. It's just not the right thing to do. And when you cling onto negative energies, they do affect you. They do affect your aura. They do affect your negative energy. Negative people, being surrounded by them, will affect your life. So just be a little bit more discerning about who it is you're associating yourself with, and protect yourself accordingly. Okay. A lot of you too are somehow involved with like an air sign, and you're putting up a wall. You're kind of like not letting them in. You're kind of like wearing a mask, and you're kind of like putting up this front that everything is okay, but they see that you're overextending yourself. They see that you're struggling, and they really want to help. So it's a matter of opening yourself up to other people. Okay, that's what I mean by the universe will scrap the people that are unhealthy for you by bringing in new people that have your best interests at heart. So Scorpios, just stop putting on that tough demeanor and let people in, because ultimately you're in good hands here, okay? And I feel that it's almost like an energy, once burned, twice shy. You've been burned a lot by people in your past, and that is why I can't emphasize enough. You have very strong intuition, so just trust it, okay? Trust it. And with new people, let them in until they prove otherwise. Then you scrap them once and for all. With old people, just let them leave your life. They have no business being in your life at this point, okay? I do feel that, once again, there is a financial windfall in the cards for you for this month, and a lot of moochers are coming out of the woodwork. As I say that, I'm getting this image of like zombies coming out of the woods, like people that can smell, like financial windfall from miles away, and they come in and they feel like entitled to whatever it is that you've earned, that was bestowed upon you by the universe. So these are moochers, okay? So just be careful. So there are a lot of people that are coming out of the woodwork, and because of this financial windfall. So you are attracting the wrong types of people at this point. I just want you to be careful about your interactions with others this month, and especially people who feel like they are entitled to the things that you worked really hard for. So be discerning about your associations with other people. Please, please, please. And another thing is, you are going to get a lot of like serendipitous types of events happening for you. So what I mean by that is, I do feel an element of like this is what's happening. And I usually look at the first and the last card to see like where you are at the beginning and where you are at the end of the month. Not only that, to see how you can avoid some of the pitfalls for the month. And what I get here is like, this is the power of discernment. This is truth, reality. This is like insights bestowed upon you by the heavens, okay? So what it means to me is that you have like a clarity of mind at this point. You know what works for you. You know what works for others. You know people's true intentions, okay? So it is kind of silly at this point to still allow bad people into your life, even after knowing their intentions. So please be careful about who you are associating with, okay? And on the other side of this is You now have a blueprint, for what you want to do. You have a very good idea, and you need the right fundraiser, you need the right benefactors, you need the right people in order to help you get this project off the ground. And be cautious about who you share this information with, because I feel intellectual, like, theft of intellectual property is in the work as well. Okay, so be careful about who you share this idea with. Be a little bit more guarded with your ideas. Okay, and if it is a financial windfall, be discerning about why people are coming back into your life. Okay, all of a sudden they're back in your life, and the only thing that changed between then and now is that you have a lot of money. So just be careful about people coming back in out of the blue just because they caught wind of this financial windfall. So please protect yourself for this month. And another thing is, so yeah, sorry about that. I'm so scattered today. So I'm getting here that, okay, the beginning of the month you have this new idea. And whatever you decide to do with it, it is trying to fit other people into your plans. That's not going to work, okay? What you want to do is trying to, like, roll with this first. And once you get it off the ground, once you get it going, the universe will put the right people in place to help you do this if you are incapable of handling it yourself. Okay, so roll with this, try to experiment with it a little bit, and whatever the idea might be for, I am getting a lot of you. This is like a wonderful, amazing opportunity here to make a lot of money. So this is a great idea. A lot of you might be on the path to be an entrepreneur. So with this amazing idea, keep it under wraps for now until you have a solid plan, until you've gathered all the people around, and you know who you can trust. Okay, and you know who you can trust at this point. I feel a lot of you know who you can trust, so it's just a matter of, like, approaching the right person. And don't take people at face value. I do feel that if someone makes promises and they're just like, they're like slacking off, they're not following up with you, there's no point in keeping them in your life. In There's no point in, like, letting them be a part of this. You want somebody who is action oriented, who is not a talker. Okay, so that is going to be like the barometer, the gauge for you to assess people's intentions and assess people's sincerity. Okay, because what I'm just getting here is just like one idea leading to, like, a very big financial gain here, and all it takes is, like, identifying the right people to have in your life. And even then, the universe is telling you that you can, more than anything, you can do it alone. However, it is going to require, like, a lot of dedication, a lot of work, and a lot of time from your end. Okay, so if you want to take on a partner, the partner's here. So we have, like, a story being told. The universe is on your side. You have divine guidance and intervention. If you want to do it on your own, it's more than possible. It's just going to be difficult. So we're going to have this person help you. So, aim for that air sign. For those of you who are thinking about that new next venture and you don't want to do it alone, or you feel like you're incapable of doing it alone, the air sign will be in the picture to help you. And this is a stable foundation building type of a partnership, okay? So it looks very favorable to me. Just please, male or female Scorpios, be aware of earth signs. Especially be aware of moochers, just like, coming in and offering you very, very little in the US, might be coming back to see family members. And they're getting wind that you might have, like, this very big financial opportunity, and they want a piece of it. So, that too, unfortunately, when it comes to family members, we can't discard them. So, be a little bit more firm in your resolve as to who it is that you want to be a part of this and things like that, okay? Overall, the spread itself is not so romance related, but I would say, if you're debating between, like, air sign and earth sign, I feel that a lot of you, your mind is on, income generating activities right now. Your mind is, like, strictly on work. Your mind is on, like, even possibly, buying property, building a house, undertaking some type of a building project. in an environment where it's not like densely populated. So a lot of you might be contemplating like moving to the countryside. I'm getting clean air, getting fresh air, getting away from people because you're just so sick of people and their ulterior motives and their false promises. Like honestly, that's the way I'm looking at this situation. Like you're sick and tired of it. So don't make any drastic decisions until you found the right person and you're just like, okay, I trust you and we can do this together, okay? And keep it between like, one, two maps, like close people, rather than trying to find people to fit the project. Because I do feel once you start the project, whatever it is, the universe will, bestow the right person, will bring the right people in your circle. So, don't stress over it, okay? And don't have this, one of the danger I would say is like, don't let people mooch off you. So make sure, for those of you who are dealing with this project and, you're still debating, if you are going through like this exact same thing, let me know how it plays out for you, especially by the end of the month, or let me see how accurate or inaccurate